What's up everyone, this is Ace10 Plays, and welcome to Among Us. This video is part of a series in which we take a tour of the maps in Among Us, showing how to complete crewmate tasks, what sabotages are available for impostors, and how crewmates can counteract them. If you have a copy of the game, you can practice these tasks and sabotages yourself by going to Free Play. Today, we'll be embarking on a flight on the Airship, the map that just released today. Let's take off. Okay, so the first thing you might notice when you open the map is this is a pretty large map, isn't it? I was definitely a little overwhelmed when I first started doing free play, but like in the other map tours, we'll go around the airship first, showing off all the different rooms, and then we'll jump into the tasks. Alright, so we'll start off, if you're doing free play, we'll start off in the engine room, which is right by the laptop where you can give yourself tasks, but let's go ahead and leave the engine room and head to the left. And let's head up this way. This is communications. If communications is sabotage, this is where you go to fix it. Alright, heading left, we're in the cockpit now. There's a couple of tasks in this area as well. Alright, and then let's head down. This is the armory. Alright, so heading right out of the armory, now we're in the kitchen. Alright, someone's got the wrong burner on that stove. And right here, we're in the viewing deck. And we can actually step outside too. Alright, so let's head back through the kitchen and to the right. We'll be passing through the Hall of Portraits. There's not much going on in here other than some nice portraits there. And then we're into security. And security is where you can look at cams. Alright, heading down out of security, we're back in one of the little outside areas here. Alright, so let's head right out of security. If we head straight up, there's just going to be a room of lockers, not much going on there. But if we head up here, you'll see a ladder. Now this is one of the new ways to get around the map on the airship. So if you click use, or if you just use the spacebar, that's such a cute animation. You'll actually climb the ladder so you can go up and down. There we go. But let's head through electrical. And I do believe these doors open and close and it's kind of random. I don't know if they are the same for every game or like after every meeting if they open or close, but definitely every game they're going to be different. Alright, so heading right out of electrical, we'll be in medical. And this is also the location of where Vitals is. You might remember Vitals from Polis. It's the only other map that you can see Vitals. Alright, heading up out of medical, we are now in the cargo bay. This is a rather large room, and there are a few tasks in this one as well. Okay, if we head to the left, there's a tiny little balcony thing in ventilation. There's a panel here and a panel up by where Dummy 5 is, that yellow character up there. We'll show that off. Alright, and then heading up out of the cargo bay, we are in the lounge, and there's this little bathroom area. You can open up the doors by clicking use or hitting the space bar. And after a few seconds, they will close on their own. So it can be a good place to hide, but there also is a task up here. And that is a creepy sound when that door closes. Alright, and we're still in the lounge here too. Okay, rather small lounge. Alright, here is the records room. It's a nice circular room here. Alright, and if we head down, we are in the showers. And you can see a bunch of towels lighting up. That's because I have a task in this room. And here's where you can get to the other little balcony area in the ventilation room. There's where that other panel is. Okay, so let's open the map real quick just to see where we are. If we head to the left, we're going to be at the main hall. and then we'll be back in the engine room if we keep moving to the left. So let's go ahead and check out the main hall real quick. There's just a couple of really tiny rooms here. Some of them have tasks in them. Some of them are just cute little rooms with a treasure chest. Too bad we don't have the keys to that. Alright, and heading down here, there's that ladder we went up and down to get to electrical. Okay, so like I said, heading more to the left, we're going to be in the engine room again. So we've come full circle, but now we need to go up. So let's do that. Alright, and through this hallway, we'll be in the brig. There's not too much going on here. In fact, the only task in the brig is download, which is right here. To the left of brig is the vault. It's a rather large room. Very nicely decorated, though. Okay, so let's head to the right of brig. And here we're in the gap room. Now this is an interesting room. There is a ladder up here, and there's also a movable platform. If you use it, it will just transport you over to the other side of the room. Okay, and if we head to the right of here, we're back in records. So as far as I know, there's no way to call this moving platform over to your side. Like, so let's say it's on the left side. There's no way to call it so that it's on the right side for you to ride it over to the left. So unfortunately, I guess you're just at the mercy of whatever position it's in after the last player uses it. But here, there's not too much going on. There's a couple panels here. This is where we can fix the lights sabotage, as well as another sabotage that we'll get into. But lights on this map can be fixed in 3 different locations, so this is one of them. Alright, so let's use this platform again. And then the last little area we'll be going to is the meeting room. Now after a meeting room, this is the location of the emergency button for meetings. And you will not always end up here. One of the differences in this game is that after a meeting, or after a body is reported, then you will get to choose one of 3 options as far as where to go next. And over here, there's not too much else going on. There's a task in this room, but that's about it. So let's go ahead and demonstrate that. So let me call a meeting. And there's that nice little meeting sound. All right, let's go ahead and skip vote. And after the meeting is over, we will have an option of three choices of where to go. So if you remember what tasks you have, and you kind of remember where the rooms are located, it could be to your advantage to pick the room that's appropriate to where you want to go. But since our laptop is in the engine room, let's go ahead and pick that. All right, that way we can assign ourselves some tasks. So, starting at the armory, let's go ahead and give ourselves the put away pistols and put away rifles task. Now, a lot of these tasks are going to be the same on the Skeld and Polis and Mira HQ, such as upload data and divert power. A lot of those tasks are going to be similar, so definitely watch those videos first to get a feel for how those tasks are done. We will be showing off upload data, so I may as well assign myself that task. Alright, so from here, let's head to the armory. Alright, so now we're in the armory, and our 2 tasks, let me open up the task list real quick. Put away pistols, put away rifles, and download data. So, to do that, just click on the 2 pistols here, or the 2 rifles. And just drag them up to where they go on the wall. Same thing down here. You can either click them or hit the space bar. And let's just move them all into position. And that's it. Alright, so let's head up here and do download. The download process is going to be exactly the same as the other maps, but the upload process is going to be a little bit different. Okay, so after your download is finished, you can go to one of 2 places. Let me pull up the map real quick. It's going to show you that you can go to the bottom left under viewing deck, but there is also, beneath security, you can see there's another little area you can go to. You can go to either one of these locations. They both work exactly the same, and you can upload your data. Okay, so for here, just click and drag the little smartphone until you get a good signal strength. There we go, and we should get perfect. Absolutely great. Now, the closer you are to perfect, the faster the upload process goes. So definitely move the smartphone around the screen until you get a good signal strength. All right, so next let's head to cockpit. All right, so in cockpit, we have two tasks here: stabilize steering and download data. Okay, so for stabilized steering, just drag this thing on the left until it lines up with the little green arrow. And for steering, too bad you can't click the horn and it make a sound. That would be really cute. But for steering, for the right side, just move it so that it lines up with the green outline, and you're finished. For download data, that task is right here. That's where you can start that. And if you have divert power, the panel you go to is right here. All right, cockpit also has an admin map. This works very similar to the admin table on, let's see, the Skeld has, yeah, all three maps have one actually. So this is where you can see where players are located. Now, it doesn't show the identities of the players, but it does show how many players are located in each room and how they are moving from place to place. So next, let's head to the kitchen. All right, so to get to the kitchen, we can just head through the armory. We have two tasks here: empty garbage and make burger. Okay, so empty garbage is up at the top part of the kitchen. All right, so it's a little bit different than empty garbage or empty trash in the other maps. So to do this, just click on the orange straps and just yank it out of the trash can. There we go. All right, it can be a little tricky if you don't yank it fast enough. So this is a two-part task. We'll have to head up to meeting room to complete it. So let's head to our other task, make burger. All right, so once we open this up, we'll get a little map, or not a map, a little recipe, I guess, of how to make your burger. So this is going to be different each and every time. The first time I think I had to do like meat, lettuce, and tomato, but right now you see that you have to do meat, lettuce, and then another meat. Okay, so let's grab a bun, we'll do a meat, lettuce, another meat, and then the top of the bun. And we're finished. Okay, so let's head up to meeting room and complete that next task. Alright, and here's where we go to complete the empty garbage task. This is going to be exactly the same as the other maps. And we're finished. So you're going to have empty garbage as a task in a couple of different rooms. They're going to start in those respective rooms, but they will all end up here where you empty it. Alright, we are back in the kitchen after eating our delicious burger. Let's head to the right into security, where there is only one task, and that is rewind tapes. Okay, so right here is where we're going to do rewind tapes. You're going to see a timestamp on the top and a little seek time thing on the bottom. And if you are old enough to remember cassette tapes or VHS tapes, you definitely know how long a process it is to rewind them. So basically, we'll just need to hit the rewind button, and the longer you let it go, the faster it rewinds. So let it go as long as you can, and just hit pause right when it's at the time you want it to be at. That was almost perfect. Okay, well, it was 1 second off, but I'm glad it took it. Alright, so next, let's head to electrical. Alright, and just as a reminder, if you have download data as a task, here's the other spot where you can go to upload. Okay, now we're in electrical. One of these tasks is reset breakers. Now this one is a little annoying, it can be, because there are 7 breakers in all, and they're all numbered differently, and you have to do them in order. So this one was number 1. So just let's move the breaker down to the bottom. And let's see, that one's 7, so we're not ready to do that one yet. That one's 6. Okay, if I remember correctly, there was a 4 up there. Oh, here's 2, great. Okay. They're kind of in order, like they're lined up a certain way. Alright, I think 5, 6, and 7 were down here. And luckily the ones you've already done do not light up anymore, so you can just run past them. And I believe if you do one out of order, it does not mess up the process, but I could be wrong. I haven't tried that yet. Alright, and the other task in electrical is calibrate distributor, and this one will look very familiar if you've played the Skeld, so it's going to be exactly the same as that one. And I messed up a little bit, but there we go. Cool. Alright, so that takes care of everything in electrical. Let's head to the right into medical. Okay, so now we're in medical. And the one task here is empty trash. Same thing in the kitchen, and there you go. That's what happens if you don't yank it out fast enough. There we go. Jeez. Alright, and just like the ones in the kitchen, we'll have to head to the meeting room to complete it. Alright, so for now, let's head up into cargo bay. And there are a few tasks in this rather large room. The first one is unlock safe. This one will give you a combination in the top left and a direction you'll need to turn the dial. So let's turn it clockwise until we get 3, and then you'll get the next number. So let's turn counterclockwise until we get 1, and then clockwise until we get to 6. After we do that, the little handle on the right will light up. And just like water wheels on pulleys, we'll have to rotate it around until we open it up all the way, and we're done. Alright, and the other task we have here is fuel engines. This works exactly like the Skeld and Polis, where this is 2 parts. So you'll have to fill up your fuel tank here and then head to the engine room. Alright, so now we're in the engine room. When you're doing fuel engines, you might have to fuel this engine or this one up here, but you do not have to do both, thankfully, because that's a rather long trip to make to fuel 2 engines. Alright, and we're finished. So next we'll head into the lounge and records. Alright, so before we head there, I took the liberty of assigning myself a divert power task. Now if you have a divert power task, you'll have to head to this room in electrical, at this panel, and move the slider up. And then head to where you need to accept your diverted power. Alright, so for now, let's head to the record. Actually, we're in showers, so why don't we do this? Alright, so showers, this is where we complete our divert power task. Awesome. Now for pick up towels, this is a rather kind of gross task, but you can see all these towels that are lighting up. So just go near them. You can either click on the towels once you're close enough to them, click on use, or you can also hit the space bar. There's going to be 8 towels to pick up. Alright, and after you have all 8 towels picked up, head up to this bin at the top of the shower room, and it's kind of like playing basketball. Go ahead and carefully set the towels inside. If you miss, then you'll just have to grab it again and try again. And one more. Perfect. Alright, so that's it for the towels. And then to fix shower, we'll have to head up here into where the showers are, and it's this left shower head here. Alright, so just click on the shower head, and then there's going to be a meter on the bottom that flashes green, yellow, and then red. You want to keep it in the green area and do that a few times to fix the alignment. There we go. Okay, that only took 6 times. Awesome. I think if you hit it a little too strong, then it can bend the other way and take a little bit longer to fix. So, yeah, just be a little careful with that. Alright, so next let's head up out of the shower room and into the records room. Okay, so our task here is going to be to sort records. There's going to be a file folder on this table here in the center. We'll have to click on one folder, and the rest of the folders are going to go away. We have to do one at a time. Alright, so just click the area where the folder is missing, and then repeat 3 more times. Oh, and this is different. I didn't get this during my practice last time, but apparently just click the empty spot where there's a book missing, and alright, we're done. Okay, and the next area we're going to be going to is the lounge. If you have wiring as a task, then your wiring panel is going to be up there to the top right. Okay, so the toilet you're going to need to fix is, I think, going to be random, because I had to fix this left one in practice, but let's do this right one. Alright, and then just move the plunger up and down as rapidly as you can. And that'll take care of the toilet. Alright, so next, let's head to... Oh, there's that door closing again. Next, let's head to the vault and the meeting room. Alright, heading up into the vault, we have Polish Ruby. Here, just click and drag over the little scuff marks, and that'll take care of that. The next one is Dress Mannequin. Alright, we got a cute little mannequin over here that we'll have to dress up. Take a look at the top. That's the accessories that you'll need to put onto it. And there we go. If you happen to drag the wrong accessory onto it, you will have to exit the task and then start it over, so be careful. And if you have download data, then that panel is right here. Also, if you have download data in the brig, you'll have to head kind of down to the hallway towards the engine room, and that panel is right here. Alright, so let's head up to meeting room. Again, you'll have to go from the gap room and head up that ladder. That's our empty trash from another task, but let's head all the way to the right here, and we'll have to enter our ID code. Alright, so let's click the card to get the code and type it in. Awesome. Now, fun fact, you don't have to actually click the card. If you can read the numbers and make them out, you can actually type in the 5-digit number without grabbing the card out of the wallet, so that's pretty awesome. Alright, so next, I think the final rooms we got to go to are the main hall and ventilation, which you can't really see on the map, but it is this room over here that I'm mousing over. So let's head into those final 2 rooms, and we'll be done. Alright, so we have quite a few tasks in the main hall. One of them is if you have divert power as a task, then the panel you'll need to go to is sort of in the bottom left of the main hall. Alright, but remember you have to go to electrical in order to start that. Alright, our other task is develop photos. Now, I didn't know at first what this room was, but it is a dark room for photography. So just drop in the photos into the liquid and come back in 60 seconds. This is much like inspect sample or reboot Wi-Fi. You start the task and then you can run around and do some other tasks as you wait for the countdown to finish. Alright, so just to the right of the dark room is decontaminate. So let's jump in here and we can start decontaminating. Now for this task, you can actually cancel it in the middle of it and then come back and finish it, and it will start where you left off. So if you need to run around to get away from an imposter, for example, or if a meeting gets called and you get interrupted while you're doing decontamination, then at least you won't have to start over from the beginning. Alright, and the last task out of here is empty garbage. And here's where the garbage can is. Again, just grab it out. There we go. That was a little bit better than the last time I tried it. And again, with kitchen and I think medical, and there's a couple other places to where you have to empty garbage, you're going to have to go to the meeting room in the very top to finish it. Alright, so after your photos are done, it just instantly fixed it for me. That was interesting. Normally you have to grab the photos and take them out of the liquid, but for some reason it just finished the task for me, so great. Alright. Alright, so that's how the photos should work. I don't know why it just instantly completed the task for me last time, but oh well. Okay, so our last task that we have to do is in ventilation, and we'll have to go to the cargo bay in order to do that. So we can either go up through the showers and into the records room and through the lounge to get to cargo bay, or you could head down into electrical and then into medical and then up to the cargo bay to get there. I think it's about the same either way, so it's up to you which way you want to go. So for this task, we'll have to start it on this panel on the right. Click on reveal code and it will show you one of 4 different symbols. I think 2 of them are gemstones, one of them is a little coin, and I can't remember what the other one is, but they're all different colors as well. So it's easier for me to remember colors. So it's just green, this is kind of like a red, green, and red again. Although I think it's like more of a yellow than a red. Anyway, so let's head through med bay, and or medical, I guess it's called in this map, and then through electrical, and then through the main hall. Oh, yeah, that's the right way to go. Alright, I'm definitely learning my way a little bit more around the map, but still, it's really easy to get turned around. Awesome. Alright, and here is where you'll need to click on the different buttons. See, that gem is a little bit more red than it is yellow, so... Anyway, so what was it? Green, yellow, green, yellow? Okay, cool. And that'll complete that. Alright, so now that we've gone through each and every task, let's switch to being an imposter and see what sabotages are available. Alright, so now we are a big bad imposter. Let's see what sabotages we have. Alright, so Like with the other maps, we have lights as a sabotage as well as comms. So let's go ahead and do the simple one first. Let's go ahead and sabotage communications. And for free play, for some reason it wouldn't let me fix the sabotage as an imposter, so I just switched back to being a crewmate. Alright, so here's where you go to fix comms, and it's the exact same process as the other maps. Just drag the dial until the waveform on the right matches the one on the left, and you're done. Alright, the next sabotage we're going to try is lights. So let's turn the lights off, and we'll switch back to being a crewmate so we can see how just dark this can be. Of course, it depends on the rules that you're playing on. You're playing the game on in your lobby, but like I mentioned a while ago, there are going to be two different spots to fix lights. So the first one is going to be in the gap room. You can use either this platform to move to the other side, or you could come in through the records room. So let's just head down here. And here is one of the lights panel that you can use to fix lights. Alright, but let's not fix it here. Let's head to the other spot where you can fix lights. And the other spot you can fix lights is the viewing deck. So let's go ahead and fix them real quick. Alright, and it doesn't matter which panel you use to fix lights, it will fix it everywhere. And it turns out there's also a third spot where you can fix lights. So if we head into the cargo bay, there's a panel in the top left of the cargo bay. And you can use that panel as well to fix the light sabotage. Okay, so the final sabotage that we are going to take a look at is Avert Crash Course, which you're going to use by clicking the little reactor symbol. In Polis, it was seismic stabilizers, but in this one, it is Crash Course or Avert Crash Course. So let's go ahead and click that and see what it does. All right, and to fix this, we'll have to head to the gap room. All right, and this is going to have two panels that we're going to need to access. The first one is here, and the other one, we'll get to that. And just like resetting comms in Mirror HQ, there is a 5-digit code that you'll need to type in, and it is timed. Okay, so once you've entered it there, someone else will need to enter it on the other panel as well. And here's where you can type in the code as well. So let's do that real quick. Let's be a good imposter and fix the sabotage. Alright, and it actually is possible. I was having trouble testing this, but it actually is possible to fix the sabotage if you're the only player. Now, it is a little bit tough if you're a crewmate because you can't use the vents. And you have to rely on that moving platform to move left and right. So if your crewmate speed is a little bit slow, I think we're playing with 1 times crewmate speed. If your crewmate speed is slow, then it's almost impossible to use the platform to get to the other panel and enter in the code in time before it resets. But if you're an imposter, you can just use the vents. And I don't think I showed off the vent system in the other map tours, so let's go ahead and do that. So in the gap room, you can go to either of the vents in the gap room, and you can also head down into the main hall. The main hall also has a vent down here, which you can access to go to the engine room or the kitchen. And it seems like these vents only go to, like, they connect with 2 other vents, and that's it. Okay, so the viewing deck has a vent as well, which goes into the cockpit, and then also goes up to the vault. The security room and electrical room have no vents, so gone are the days of killing someone in electrical and then venting out of there. Medical also does not seem to have any vents, but if we head into the cargo room, we can see there's a vent here in the bottom left corner. This event will bring you to the showers and also records. And finally, in the meeting room, there are no vents, so you'll have to use the old-fashioned ladders in order to get up and down. Alright, and I think that covers it for vents. I don't know if I missed one, but if I did, feel free to leave a comment down below and check the description, and I'll, if I make any mistakes or if there is any information, new information that comes out on the map, do check out the description and I'll have a link to an update about that. But anyways, that will do it for the airship. Everyone have fun playing, happy impostoring if you're the imposter, and happy task solving if you're the crewmate. And don't forget to have fun.